Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. Hating clouds the mind. It gets in the way of strategy. Leaders cannot afford to hate. Fools multiply when wise men are silent. If people can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy. Then he becomes your partner. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. The greatest glory in living lies, not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I hate racism, because I consider it something barbarian, whether it comes from a black man, or a white man. The most difficult matter is not so much to change the world, as yourself. You will achieve more in this world, through acts of mercy, than you will, through acts of retribution. Only free men can negotiate. Prisoners cannot enter into contracts. In prison, you come face to face with time. There is nothing more terrifying. I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. There were many dark moments when my faith in humanity was sorely tested, but I would not and could not give myself up to despair. That way lays defeat and death. It always seems impossible, until it's done. There is nothing I fear more than waking up without a program that will help me bring a little happiness to those with no resources, those who are poor, illiterate, and ridden with terminal disease. It is wise to persuade people to do things, and make them think it was their own idea. Resentment is like drinking poison, and then hoping it will kill your enemies. There is no passion to be found playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. To find out if your friend is loyal, ask him to lie to another friend. It is what we make, out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. No one is born hating another.